So this is your update from the field on how it's going for KDE 6 in my use case scenario. I came home from work yesterday, sat down at the computer, I did what I always do. This was post upgrade. I upgraded to Plasma 6 the day before. Okay, come home from work yesterday and I did what I always do. I have two screens. This screen, I had Firefox running. I always have Firefox running if I'm not recording. I have Firefox running on this screen with either YouTube or Pluto TV. And on this screen, I have a game going. Most of the time, Path of Exile. But since I was coming home specifically to test KDE Plasma 6, I decided that I'm going to try them all. So I played every game that's on my desktop shortcuts. I played every one of them, minus Splitgate. Everything worked fine, just fine. I have nothing bad to report about KDE Plasma 6 upgrade on OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. There are a couple of minor issues. Number one, there is no SDDM KCM, which means when you go into your system settings panels, there is no way to configure SDDM, which is your login screen, your login manager. There is no way to set auto login. On KDE 6.0.1 on Tumbleweed, the SDDM KCM for Plasma 6.0.2 is supposed to be in OpenSUSE frameworks being tested right now. When we get Plasma 6.0.2, it should come in with SDDM KCM. And when you search for SDDM, it should show up and you can set your auto login. You can set auto login in configuration in the file that's on your computer. And I don't think I'm going to walk you through that because it's only going to be another couple of days, really, before we get that, most likely. So, yeah, and right there it is. Most used pages, login screen, and it's dead. Right there it is. So, even the KDE devs know that the login screen is one of the most used pages. It's just not in Tumbleweed yet, but we'll get it. We are supposed to get that when the next update to Plasma 6 comes to us. So other than that, it's been pretty good. I'm going to close this window out, and I do have the break apart, fall apart effect in Plasma. Almost always have. It's just one of those things. Yeah, when I'm on Windows, I miss that, and it's stupid. I know, but it's like your grandma's apple pie. It's just comforting, you know. So when I close this out, it's going to do the little shatter, break apart thing, and every now and then, sometimes, but only on full screen Windows, when I close them out, the fall apart effect has a slight stutter, just enough to be seen. I don't even know if it's enough for OBS to pick it up. I don't know. So I'm going to close this out and we're going to see if it has that slight stutter. And it was pretty smooth. So I don't know. It was pretty smooth. Let me fire up Path of Exile and I'll see if I can get it to do that stutter I'm talking about. And it's not even it's barely noticeable on my system. So I don't know if it's going to be anything or not. Okay, we're going to play a little bit of Path of Exile for you. And so I have no doubt that in my Steam library, this is the most played game that I have. I have absolutely no doubt in that. And it's going to prove me wrong. Okay, did you see that? That was there. That's how slight it was. I bet you didn't see it. When I went from one side of the wall to the other. And it didn't even do it that time. Yep, there it was again. Okay, so it is still doing it. And it's that slight. It is that slight. But it's more than it was before, and when you've played a game as many times over and over again as I have this one, you just notice those little things. It's just the slightest stutter. That's it. Alrighty, so those are the main things. Slight stutter. I have a bunch of laptops back here, right? But when I say my laptop, this is the one that I mean. I'm huge. This is the laptop. When I say my laptop, this is the one I'm referring to. This is a 2-in-1. I can flip it around and it becomes a tablet, like so. Which I love. I love this thing. This is a Lenovo. I don't remember the model. But in Plasma 5, I could stand it on end. I could stand it on end and it would flip, just like your phone would flip from side to side. This one doesn't do that anymore. It used to. So I'm going to hold it up to you. There it is. Where do I need to go? I need to go this way. So there it is. When I flip it up, it no longer rotates. It's not a big deal. I don't use it that much. It is just something that I am noting as being I want to tell you what is not working for me. And that's not working for me. So therefore, it's something for me to tell you. It's not a big deal. And the other thing is, and this is not a bad thing, this is a good thing. I also notice when I go to log in, it's giving me the option to use fingerprint reader, which it didn't do before. That's pretty cool. And I looked around for it. It's not there yet. But it looks like they are beginning to implement a good fingerprint reader. And the funny part is I'll play around with it, but I won't use it. I need my sweetie to be able to log into my computers. Unless I can host multiple fingerprint profiles or whatever so that she can get into it through fingerprint. Other than that, I won't use it, but I'll certainly play around with it. That is a pretty cool option. Yeah, I'm huge. I need to shrink back down. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so, I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. This has been one of the best KDE upgrades from major point version to major point version that I've ever encountered. And I've been using KDE since, oh my, 2, I think. Yeah. I've been using KDE since 2, I think. 2 to 3 wasn't too bad. And, and then there 3.5 lasted forever. 3.5 to 4 was terrible. Bad enough for this KDE fanboy to use GNOME for a little while. That was before the current GNOME Mac OS look, whatever it is. Anyway, 4 to 5 was pretty good, and then now 5 to 6 has been just absolutely. If you're going to do a major release on something like as big as KDE, this is the way to have done it. They did a good job. So there is my system specs. I did notice, what was I going to look at? Yeah, and you really have to talk about, when you talk about KDE Plasma 6, you really have to talk about the system settings. The new layout for system settings is absolutely wonderful. You can still search for whatever you need to search for. If you can't find it, just search for power in that little power window, and there it is. So, and then you have the most used pages right here on the front when you click the home button. But and even on the home screen or home button of system settings, at least on Tumbleweed, you can fix that double click bug that they introduced right here. By clicking that, opens them, and you can fix that double click bug that they introduced. But the layout here is really quite nice. But other than that, all I've got to say is praises and kudos to the KDE Plasma team, the OpenSUSE Tumbleweed team for pulling all that in, getting it working right, running it through the testing to make a very good, very enjoyable update process. And kudos to everybody involved. This KDE 6 is going to be an awesome ride, and that's all I can say about it. So that's all for this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.